but Dallas came back from 20-0.
We were texting during it.
Yeah. You know what's crazy, though, is that I watched the game because I watched the game, right? And in the first quarter, Dallas fumbled 3 times. Dak fumbled, Zeke fumbled, and Schultz fumbled, the tight end, right? That's how Atlanta built that lead. And I think Dallas, they went for like a fake punt on their own side of the field in the first quarter, and they didn't get it. And that's how Atlanta got that 20-0 lead. But throughout the game, I never felt like Dallas was outmatched or outclassed. I always felt like they were moving the ball. They were just fumbling. And that's basically it. And I didn't think Atlanta was doing anything crazy on offense because Dallas forced them into 2 field goals. So when I saw that game, I really don't like. It was kind of like last year the Chiefs versus the Texans in the playoffs when the Texans
never felt the Chiefs were going to lose.
When the Texans jumped off to that big lead, it didn't really feel that big because it was just in like the first quarter.
They didn't because when the Chiefs they didn't show you that they went down and consistently went down and drove and scored. No, it was off bad mistakes from the Chiefs, and that was the same thing. And that's why I would say I'm probably more impressed with Dallas at the fact that they made so many mistakes and still found a way to be resilient and come back and get the W. The Falcons are just a joke. That's ridiculous how you just blow that lead. But then again, they've shown us that they blow leads all the time. So, but shout out to Dallas for being that resilient. And even with all the mistakes and all the mishaps, they still managed to get it done. And shout out to Zeke. He's been balling. And he looks as hungry as ever. He looks ready to get it going. And I'm very upset that they won because I needed them to lose. But shout out to Dallas for the W.
It's hard to be disappointed with the Falcons because they're just not a good team. Putting it frankly, like they're just, like you said, the whole way, it didn't matter how much the Cowboys were down. You almost felt like you knew they were going to come back because they were beating themselves. The 3 fumbles, the fake punt, it was just dumb mistakes. And I think that encapsulates what the Cowboys have been for the past 3 years, is they literally only beat themselves. Mm-hmm. Look at last season. No offense to the Eagles.
Oh, no, they beat themselves.
That division was horrible. It was literally a competition of who wants to win it the least. And, somehow they were far and away the most talented team in the division. Yeah. Somehow they didn't pull it out. And it's the same situation this year where the Cowboys are the most talented team in the division, especially with the Eagles dealing with injuries. The Giants and Washington football team don't even belong in the conversation. So it is the Cowboys' division to lose. And through 2 weeks, they have not impressed me whatsoever. So I'm not impressed by the Cowboys, but they did what they needed to do to keep themselves in it, because if they fell to 2-0, I'm sorry. If they fell to 1-1 there and got that bad loss, I would have been on the fence about them.
0-2.
0-2.
With Dallas, their team, if you go paper to paper, they have one of the most talented teams in the league.
Yeah.
For the last 3-4 years.
They have the best offense on paper, in my opinion.
And they walk in every game. You look at that roster and you say, Dallas can beat them. Dallas can beat them. Dallas can beat them. So really, it's been about just them mentally beating themselves, making stupid mistakes. Like, how do you fumble 3 times in a quarter? Like, stupid mistakes like that. Like, if Dallas gets it together and puts that in their mental, like, listen, stop with the mistakes. We can beat any team in the league. They should be running away with the division last 2-3 years easily. And I'm an Eagles fan telling you that.
I'm impressed and both disappointed at both teams. What I like watching a film, like, wow, Calvin Ridley. I'm really impressed by him.
He's nice.
Like his route
looks
running,
like baby Julio.
Though his route running, oh my God, I think his route running, he can be probably a top 5 route runner in the NFL. He might be already.
Probably like 5.
Hayden Hurst played phenomenal. Todd Gurley still hasn't got it yet. And honestly, I think Atlanta's linebackers are pretty fast. And I'm impressed by Dallas because they did come back. They ran the ball well. And I was more impressed with their defense than anything because, letting your offense put you in these horrible situations and not giving up touchdowns. Exactly. They kept them in it. But I'm disappointed because, like you said, how is Dallas fumbling 3 times in a quarter? Why is Mike McCarthy, or I don't want to put all the blame on Mike McCarthy. I don't even know who their special teams coach is, but why is he faking punts on his own side of the field? He did it twice in the game, and they both did not get first downs. So
fool me once,
it just doesn't make any sense. And then when you look at Atlanta, you're so disappointed because how do you not recover an onside kick? How do you not understand the rules of the game that you're playing? You're on special teams and you don't understand that. It just doesn't make any sense.
That game reminded me a lot of when we played Washington in week 1. And we were Atlanta. We went up, it's like we go up, and then as soon as we come into the second half, boom, pick. Washington gets momentum, game over.
And people will look at the game and be like, oh, Dak had a great game. But in the fourth, Dak was this close to throwing 2 game-sealing interceptions, but Falcons just dropped them. They just dropped it. I think A.J. Terrell, the rookie, he dropped one.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, so like I'm just disappointed I'm disappointed in Atlanta all the way. I'm just impressed with like a couple players. But wow, it's like I don't think the Cowboys.
Dallas can't.
If I'm a Dallas fan, I'm not feeling optimistic about this win at all. And if I'm Atlanta, I'm kind of like, yeah, we already knew this was going to happen. Or their defense isn't very good.
Dallas cannot do this against a good team because it won't happen the way it just happened.
If they fumble 3 times against the Seahawks, they're going to get blown out.
Seahawks, I would say the Saints. You're not going to win if you fumble 3 times in the first quarter.
The Cowboys would get blown out if they do that against any other team outside of Atlanta.
That's ridiculous.
And now they got the Seahawks coming up next.
Yeah.
So you better get your act together
this week?
Quick. Yeah.
Damn.
That's going to be a great game.
They better figure it out.
That's a mark on the MVP campaign for Russell.
Yeah.
Got to be a good one.
I could not believe the onside kick. I mean, that was just the most embarrassing thing.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. An Atlanta thing. They're embarrassing.
They were just staring at the ball. I don't understand how you could be confused about that.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I feel bad for Matt Ryan.
Yeah. He's
so good.
He deserves better than what they've given him the past few years. Even the Super Bowl run, like they get into the Super Bowl, 25-point lead and they blow it. He's a really.
You know what's funny about that lead? I kind of like kept talking about it like they're gonna blow this lead. Like they're gonna blow this lead. Like I just kept thinking about like Tom Brady's not gonna lose like this. Like or if he was gonna lose, it was gonna be like a 7-point. Like he's not gonna lose like. And then
kind of how you felt.
I turned the TV off. I turned the TV off.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I didn't turn. I really felt like Tom Brady was gonna come back. Like it was just something in me. Like he's not gonna lose like this. No way.
As a Jet fan, I just knew.
Oh,
like you just had that feeling that, like you said, he would never go out like that.
Yeah, he can't. No.
Hello, guys. You just watched a clip from Pick a Side. If you like our content, please like and subscribe and share our content across every platform. It helps us grow. Thank you for watching and see you later.